Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Friday, January 6, 2023. Government will be intensifying its crime prevention strategy this year to include advising students about the consequences of gang membership, participation in gun crimes, and other illegal activities. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says he will be embarking on a series of face-to-face interactions with students across primary and secondary schools as part of an all-island education campaign.
It is the intention of the government to launch within our schools, starting within our schools, because that is where we can get them all congregated, to get to every classroom in Jamaica. I will be a part of it, to go and visit the schools and explain to the youngsters the consequences of getting involved in gangs and crimes and having guns.
Under the new Firearm Act, youngsters found in possession of illegal firearms or who commit serious crimes with such weapons could face sentences up to 30 years in prison. A 15-year-old was among 80 persons arrested under the new act, which came into force in November last year.
When we make laws, yes, we want to deter, yes, we want to punish, but we also want to be fair. And we understand the social dynamics in our country. And the truth of the dynamics is that that 15-year-old with a gun could kill. And we have many cases with 15 and 14-year-olds who have killed and are not only charged with possession, but murder. So the society has to draw the line and send a strong signal.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness was speaking at the Heal the Family, Heal the Nation National Day of Prayer on Wednesday. Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs Marlene Malahou-Fort is imploring persons who are released on bail not to run off. Clause 14 of the Bail Act, which is currently under review, states that a defendant commits the offense of absconding if he or she fails to surrender to custody at the appointed time or as soon as possible thereafter. Minister Malahou-Fort said the offense can result in a maximum of 5 years imprisonment in the parish court and up to 7 years in the circuit court. She was speaking recently on the JIS's Current Affairs program, Get the Facts.
You have a duty to surrender to custody when you are given bail. Ultimately, you must return to stand trial or any stage of the proceedings to follow. But you know, we understand that sometimes you may be setting out on your journey and something may happen. God forbid you may have met in an accident and end up in the hospital. This new law gives you the benefit of the doubt. If you fail to surrender to custody, you're given an opportunity to surrender at the next earliest opportunity, because the date that you are to go back will be set in the record.
Minister Malahou-Fort says penalties for absconding bail have been revised and include revocation of bail and imprisonment. The sentence for absconding will begin after serving the sentence for the offense for which he or she was found guilty. New provisions are also in place for persons who stand surety.
If you are a parent of a minor and you consent to standing surety, then you also are under obligation to ensure that the child complies with any condition of bail imposed.
Engineers who practice locally are being encouraged to register with the Professional Engineers Registration Board, PERB, to receive certification and follow the regulations of the field. The call was made by Chairman Omar Sweeney, who also urged members of the public using engineering services to demand the certification. The registration is also required when doing business with the government. Mr. Sweeney says the registration is a requirement under the Professional Engineers Registration Act of 1987.
I made the appeal to all engineers practicing to, be registered with PERB, whether or not your job requires it or not. It's a good professional qualification to have, and it redounds well for documenting your experience.
In addition, unregistered engineers must work under the direct supervision of a registered engineer and then apply for their own registration once they have met the requirements and have the necessary portfolio. For more information, call 876-906-9573, email perbinfo@megjc.gov.jm or visit perbjamaica.gov.jm. The Ministry of Education says it is not associated with an online advisory offering free laptops to students. It is therefore warning principals, teachers, and the general public to be wary of responding to such an offer. The scheme claims that 960,000 students are to receive free laptops. And finally, paternity leave with pay for fathers of newborns and family leave for adoptive parents are now in effect within the public sector. The leave entitlements took effect on January 1, and both categories are entitled to 20 working days leave with pay. Meanwhile, the increase of paid maternity leave from 40 days to 60 days also took effect on January 1. The changes are the result of the current public sector compensation review, which updates the public sector staff orders of 2004. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.